Hello everyone, myself Dr. Ilahim. Today we will talk flowering plants and angiosperms. Here we look here the word angiosperms. Angiosperm word itself define and express the meaning, that is the angios plus sperma. You have to know this. Angiosperms are nothing but a largest group of flowering plants, and it is very highly evolved in the group of vascular plant. Angiosperms word made by Greek language, and these are angios, that means case, and spermum is the seeds. This angios is another meaning, that is the vessel. Vessel concerns with the and connected with the secondary wood structure. Secondary woods, and these secondary structures are present in the secondary xylem. So xylem containing vessels. These vessels are dominantly present in the angiosperm. This is the peculiarity of this group, not present in any one group. Very exceptionally, in some cases, particularly in the primitive groups, these vessels are absent. But all these groups where the flowering plants, they have to be containing vessels in the wood structures. So, in the presence of the vessels in the wood and producing the seeds is a group of the plant. That plant is produced flowers and called as angiosperms. So, in short, vessel containing in wood and seeds are produced, which are present in the case, that means enclosed structures, is called as angiospermic plants. As far as the definition has been concerned, we define this term angiosperm. This is one of the group of the flowering plants in which vessels are present in the wood and seeds are enclosed in the case. In shortly, we call that the vessel containing seed bearing flowering plants. The angiospermic plants, particularly a dominant group on the earth and comprising about 3 lakh plant species out of 4 lakh 80,000 of the plant kingdom. That means out of the algae, bryophytes and other non-flowering plant cryptogams, comparing the number, that is the huge number, that is the 3 lakh plant species, and distributed in each and every habitat, the angiospermic plants present and observed in saprophytic. Say for example, New Ocean orchid. This is the saprophytic one, and another one is a parasitic, another xerophytic, aquatic form, that is the hydrophytic. That means each and every group of this habitat, this plant has to be concerned. So this angiospermic plant shows also variations, and this variation is a great diversity in the root system, stem system, that is the shoots, branches, twigs, leaves, even in the flower and the fruits also. To study the angiospermic plants, need to observe key. That means keen observation is most important to understand that which are the characters and most important characters present in the species or specimen, either from the vegetative part or either from the floral part. Vegetative parts, that means stem, leaves, and floral parts, that means the flower structures. These characters are most important. Why these characters are most important? Because of these characters are help in the determination of the species, that is the identification of the species. This identification of the species is one of the function of the taxonomy, and another, as we identify the plants with the help of the different characters or similar characters, and automatically to give the name, that is the nomenclature. So nomenclature system is another second most function of the taxonomy, to understand that a particular categorization of the plants and classify the plants in the various groups. So this together with identification, nomenclature and classification is a taxonomy. So knowledge of the plant taxonomy is most essential during the study of the plant angiosperms. The plant taxonomy is not a term. It helps to determination of the plants from some of the characters which are present in the specimen or the plant. Say for example, as that of the peculiar cases, in case of family Rubiaceae, intrapetallar stipules are present. Intrapetallar stipules only present in the family Rubiaceae, where some of the exceptions, one plant exception, that is the Rubia cordifolia chestnut, where the stipules are absent, but majority, all the species or plants of the Rubiaceae having inter or intrapetallar stipules. Just like these cases, we have to identify and determine the plants, then use the names. This identification needs particular specific characters, and while the nomenclatures have been governed by ICBN literature. What is this ICBN literature? ICBN means International Code of Botanical Nomenclature. This has to be set up by International Botanical Congress. In shortly, it is called as a IBC, and was regularized in 1950. We look at this plant, a typical plant, angiospermic plants or flowering plants having a sporophytic structures and the gametophytic structures. The sporophytic structures include root system and shoot system. Root is generally underground. Some has to be modified structures, mainly but two types, that is the taproot system in the dicot plant and the adventitious or fibrous root system in the monocot plant. While shoot system shows the stem, lateral branches from the lateral shoots of the lateral burrs, and shoot tips gives the height of the plants. This is a green, bilateral green part of the plant is called as a leaf, and leaf with lamina and this petiole. And second most is flower. Flower gives the floral characters, and flower constituted by the four whorls, calyx, corolla, androsem and gynoecium. Calyx, corolla protective in function, while in addition to that the flower colors are attracted some agents essential for the pollination purpose. The androsem and the gynoecium. Androsem, that is the stamens, use the microspores, then produce the male gametophyte, and carpel or gynoecium gives the female gametophyte. The sporophytic and gametophytic phase is present. That is why angiosperm shows alternation, generation in this life cycle. Thank you.